Welcome to the chat box, everybody. Wave it. Say hello. What's going on? Today we have a very special guest. It almost doesn't need an introduction because if you don't know who Chicken Man is, well, then you're living under a rock and you don't have a social media page at all. Chicken Man, you here are pretty much to represent our community, especially in the town of Avon. Fresh off the Avon Town Council meeting today, which takes place on Tuesdays over at Avon Center. Okay. First of all, let's find out a little bit about Chicken Man. Do you have a question for Chicken Man, Jen, so we can get to know this crazy dude sitting in front of us in a chicken suit a little bit?
Well, I'd love to hear what happened at the town hall.
Yeah, so do I. But I just wanted to know, is there anything about you specifically you would like to...
Yeah, why the chicken suit?
Yeah, what's up with the chicken suit?
Let's see, the chicken suit. Well, it started off almost 4 years ago now, March 27th, 2020, did a sign up at Beaver Creek at the Snow State Cam, 10 days to vacate employee housing, profits over people, rob cats must go. Did 4 more signs over the course of 2 years until I got the lifetime ban and a criminal tampering charge for the inconvenience of Vail Resorts having to take the sign down. And then the lifetime ban is for putting their guest safety at risk. You know, at 9:30 at night on a Tuesday, I think it was.
Yeah.
So... That was in April 15th of 2022 is when I got the what year were we? 2022 was lifetime ban. Yeah. And then it was like September of that year. I was really high as shit and saw a chicken suit on Amazon. And I was like, dude, that's perfect because I can't go on their property, but I get near their property and it's all snow, which is white, and this is bright yellow.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So it'll stand out.
I love that.
That's really funny.
And then the other thing too about the suit is I don't have the balls to like stand out in front of people without the mask and the suit as like a comfy blanket.
Yeah.
Well, we want to know, Jen and I want to know. We've
Yes.
been talking about this in depth. What do you wear under the chicken suit? Do you like freeze your nads off or do you have layers?
So it depends on the weather. But chickens, especially grown chickens, are a lot like onions. So we do wear layers. It's a lot, honestly, right now, not as much because I was in Avon Town Hall meeting.
He's free balling right now.
But no, I do have snow pants on.
Free
They're just,
chicken balls.
the zippers are open right now, to get some air in there. But like in the wintertime, I've got, a base layer, ski pants, this suit.
Wow, okay.
Underneath a couple layers.
So you weren't that high. You actually got a chicken suit big enough to put over layers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
All
it's
right,
not that
so
bad.
now,
Yes.
before you actually get a lifetime ban from the town of Avon, we just smell that coming for some reason. We want to know what happened, like Jen just asked, what happened at the town council meeting? We know that there's a lot of issues with parking. You live in the town of Avon, Jen.
I do, yes.
So there's a lot of issues that go on. And what were the topics today? What was the big topic? Was it the parking situation?
So the big topic as far as public comment, because if you've never been to a town council meeting, the first section is public comment on stuff that's not already on the agenda. So, for example, the parking situation, since it was brought up at the last meeting a month ago, and, they had a month off because of Christmas, even though...
No, they were just traumatized.
Well, maybe. They also didn't have a town lawyer to do any business at the time either. So.
Got you, okay.
But so it wasn't put on this month's agenda. So the only way that anyone could talk about it was in the first public comment section. So there was probably anywhere between 20 and 24 people that were there just for the public comment section about the parking situation. And I spoke first. I want to say maybe 5 or 6 other people spoke. Actually 5 other business owners and then a resident over at Chapel Square. And just about frustrations with it and the fact that, the town needs to step up and do something, whether it be contacting the Attorney General's office because that parking lot was set up in violation of a settlement they had with PRS, which is Public or Parking Revenue Recovery Services. They're based out of Aurora. Back in August of this last year, they settled with this Colorado Attorney General's office for predatory and deceptive practices.
Predatory
at their park. Yes, at their
that
park.
That sounds so dark.
It does. And well, some person was like, "Oh, like kitty porn." I was like, "No, it's not like kitty predatory. Like there's predatory animals out there too,
Oh,
so
yeah, there's that.
yeah, like lions, tigers, and bears.
Hit on me once.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta be careful. Because you think about a horse and a moose is so much bigger. So
let's not go there.
just saying. So, anyways, one of the other things too about that lawsuit was in doing research for that, I found 5 of other states have had lawsuits against PRS for the exact same thing, predatory and deceptive practices, which is BS. We don't need that in our small town.
Okay, so I'm a little confused. So explain to me what the point of the lawsuit is. Are you trying to get are you trying to ban the parking situation right now where they're charging everybody to park, and if you don't register your car, you automatically get a fine? Is that what we're...
So the lawsuit was August 30th of 2023, and that was between PRS and the Colorado Attorney General's office. And that settlement, line 14 of that settlement, said that they needed to do 20-minute grace periods with all of their Colorado lots. They set this parking lot up after that settlement and in violation of that settlement because they're 15-minute grace period instead of 20-minute grace period. Yeah. The other thing, too, about that is that the biggest issue in that and the other 5 states that I found is the signage and how confusing the signage is. And if you don't have a smartphone, you can't scan in, your phone battery's dead, you left it at home.
Well, not only that, you live in Avon, did you know that you had to literally, if you pulled up to, what's over there? Fiesta Jalisco.
Yeah. Benchmark, Chapel Square.
Right. All of
not
that.
visible
You have to
whatsoever.
scan your phone.
Yeah. Scan your phone, register your license plate.
And if you don't, you get a fine.
Right. So here's the thing. Originally, when it first started, and they said it was a software issue, but 3 of the 5 states, the lawsuits were for the exact same thing. It says you have, when you first drive in, it says you have 2 hours complimentary parking. Nothing about registering or anything
Where
like
does
that.
it say that? I've never even
The
seen
big white signs that supposedly are big. And then if you go look at the really small signs that are about every 50 feet, so depending on where you park, you might not see it. Those signs say you have a 15-minute grace period to sign in and register your vehicle. The first 2 hours is free.
so much work.
The kicker is, though, that next hour, the third hour, is $6. But if you didn't register your vehicle in 15 minutes and you went 2 hours and 1 minute, you got charged that $6 for the additional hour, which is fair. But then you got an $87 fine for not registering your vehicle.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of tacos.
Considering that it's only $30 to pay to park for the whole day there.
Yeah.
That's
actually
Almost
crazy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually illegal.
Well, here's a question. If they already found out that they're violating the law that was already passed in 2023, then shouldn't that be enough for them to stop what's going on?
The Colorado Attorney General's office needs to get involved. And so I did a couple signs the last couple weeks about people filing complaints with the Attorney General's office, because when I talked to them a few weeks ago, the fastest way for a resolution is the amount of complaints they get. What I asked today...
Hear that, everybody?
Yeah.
Call in.
Call it in. StopFraudColorado.gov. It's a very, very simple
say it
thing.
again. Don't say it so fast like it's in passing.
StopFraudColorado.gov.
I love that. I
yeah.
didn't even know that was there. So
Oh, yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, consumer protection is what it's for.
Okay. I like
but this
that.
falls under the classification of that.
Have you heard of any cases where they're reinforcing the fines?
What do you mean reinforcing?
Like, has anybody been fined like you're talking
Oh,
about?
tons of people. I know
They're
some
making
people.
them pay it, and they're like holding them accountable, or like.
Well, I mean, it's still, they can send you to collections.
Got it.
Some people have gotten threatening messages saying they're going to boot their car and impound their car. That's against the law. They can't do that. The only way they could technically impound your car is if you parked on that property again. And that's if they actually had someone up here with a tow truck ready to go and grab your car.
Got it.
And how do they know? They just go by your vehicle ID and the license plate.
License
to
plate.
find
So they got
you and all
cameras
that?
when you drive in that take
my
your picture. When you drive out, that take your picture. Yeah.
I feel so creepy.
Yeah, it's extremely creepy, because when you register too, you got to put your credit card information, all this other stuff in there. That's all
Are
personal
you
information.
kidding me?
Not
I'm
at
not
all.
down with this at all.
No.
I don't even shop online.
Yeah. And I mean, one of the other things too that's crazy about this whole situation is that all of the people, for example, in the Benchmark building, the town of Avon has it set where they have a certain requirement of parking spots per square footage as far as town code. So that's already set for a building for all the tenants of that building. Now they're bringing in this basically another tenant without an actual physical linear feet, so they don't actually have to add parking spaces, but they're using those parking spaces for profit. So it's the same thing as if someone came in there and filled up that with like used cars to sell for used cars.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How sneaky.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
No, I was just going to I was wondering if you could put that in a metaphor because I got lost there halfway through. But that was a good one with the parked cars. So that's crazy. Yeah. So they're just being extra greedy over there, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it's basically they already have all their tenants, and they just basically, instead of building a new property to have another tenant, they're using the existing stuff that's for their tenants to make more money now. Yeah.
Is there no end?
Is there no end?
Right? In this valley.
So what was sort of the general consensus of the people talking tonight?
So everyone that got up and spoke was definitely against it. They all wanted the town to at least do something.
Yeah.
I mean, the town, I've been in communication. Well, I was in communication with Mayor Amy until a couple Fridays ago, and then her and I got a little tiff, and we don't talk anymore. But... Yeah, she told me to take her job, and I was like, I don't want your job. I can't do this as your job.
Nobody would take you too seriously.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Like, how would I lead a town council meeting just as Chicken Man? Though at the same time. So anyways, yeah, no, the general consensus was that they needed to do something about it. The town council, who I talked to the last couple of days, they're like, well, we really can't do anything about that. My argument's like, well, you can because you regulate everything else in the town. I mean, we don't have any titty bars here. You know, we don't have any weed shops in Avon.
That is true.
You know, I can't go out and build like a giant purple tree house in my yard if I own property, but I don't. But I mean, if I did own property,
well,
I
then
still
you could put a stripper pole in there and you'd be all set.
And you could, you know, a giant, huge grease stripper pole just to make it fun. But
greasy like chicken.
You know, so I mean, the fact that they're saying they can't, even just the town of Avon sending a formal letter to the Colorado Attorney General's office saying, hey, this parking company came in here. They're against the settlement they just had with you and set this parking situation up. Can you intercede? That would go miles towards, and I asked them today, but that would go miles towards getting the Attorney General involved.
Okay. I mean, you would think that they almost have to go that route if they want to make a point. And it just seems like, why would you divide a tiny little town? I mean, it's not even divided.
Money, baby.
Yes.
Money, money,
Well,
money,
it's
money,
all
money,
greed.
money,
Yeah,
money,
it
money,
is
money,
all
money,
greed.
money, money,
You're
money,
right,
money.
B, but my point is that Avon feels like it's kind of like the hub where everybody comes to meet and meeting of the minds and things like that. I mean, we do so many great things in the town.
We're the
Avon.
heart of the valley.
Oh, yeah, the heart. But my point is that why should it be tumultuous in the tiny town of Avon? It's a happy place where everybody kind of meets, like you said. It's the hub.
Yeah.
You know, we have where a lot of people who live here work. Mm-hmm. If you know, you can't afford to live in Beaver Creek, but you can work in Beaver Creek. And where do you live? You live in Avon.
And you can take the free bus up.
Right.
Yeah.
And everything like that. So my point is that why would you nickel and dime the true grit people of our community? Because if you think about it, it's the most of the people that live in Avon are the people that work service industry jobs.
Yep.
And they're cat operators and snowboard instructors.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
all of that. So
well, they're
everybody's
just following in the same footsteps as Vail Resorts in general about trying to nickel and dime every single resident here in the valley.
I mean, I don't feel like it's the whole town of Avon that's doing that, and it's obviously not.
It's not.
It's not.
You know, but we can only talk in generalization processes. But you know, I just think that what do you see as a future? I'm asking you, Jen. What do you see as a future way to solve this?
As a way to solve this is to not have to pay for that parking. I think, like, I mean, whatever you said, bringing in the maternal attorney, to solve this and get involved, I think is the best thing. That it sounds like the best option that we have to fight against it. Because, you know, otherwise, what can we do besides not pay?
Right. And the
I mean, they'll send
powers,
you a collection. So if you, like me, and have bad credit, it doesn't
and the
matter.
powers that be.
Just keep bad credit. You can park there for free.
Throw it down like crumbs. But, you know, the
Might not
powers
be a
that
deal
be
for
are
everyone.
not going to hear the people. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
There is control there with the ownership of property. So I think we're stuck with it unless you take it to a higher level.
Right. And I mean, and that's one of the things too, like today after public comment got done, which all but one of the public comments was all about the parking situation in Avon. The one that wasn't was about Sarah Smythe-Heim or whatever her name is running for county commissioner, whatever. So
Sarah
anyway,
Smith-Himes.
Yes, Sarah Smith-Himes. Sarah for Eagle. So anyways, right after the public comment section got done, majority of the people that were in the room got up and left.
So they were there for
They
that
were there for
specific
that.
thing.
And that definitely made an impact to the town council.
Okay.
Because they noticed that.
Yeah.
Well, so they actually listen and
Oh, no, they
take into
definitely listened,
consideration, and
and
they do make a good decision
it was-
for the
well,
people.
I
Can
think
I
it was
ask
Tamara
a-
and Ruthie both
What's
actually
that?
said they were going to take it into advisement.
Like you go to a lot of these town council meetings. How many people usually show up from the town themselves?
So
On a normal
Yeah.
town
I've
council
been
day?
to 2 town council meetings and 3 EBTA meetings. Tomorrow will be my 4th. The last town council meeting was a month ago.
Yeah.
And that was about, I was the only person that did not speak about the flag in Avon.
Oh yeah.
That was a shit show.
Yeah.
That was
That's
probably
right, never mind.
45 people in the room. And
Oh my
as soon
God.
as Mayor Amy said that, Tim, we will take your comments during the break and talk to our town manager about it. Everyone else, I'm sorry if you were offended. Let's take a moment of silence. The whole room got up and walked out. So my
Way to clear
experience with town council meetings is those 2 town council
Yeah, so
meetings and
never
this
mind.
one.
That's
And I had
a
to leave early to
lot.
come to do this tonight.
You know what else
Do you
is it-
show up? Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you go, babe.
Do you show up to the council meetings as Chicken Man?
Yes, this
Oh.
is this is exactly how I was
I
tonight.
love
I
it.
love
Yes.
this.
Yeah,
I want to
that's
show up to
awesome.
court dressed like that.
I almost
If
thought
you have
about
to go
going
to
because I had
court, you better
court.
wear
I had
that.
court last Thursday in Vale
Did you
in the
wear
park
your chicken
bus.
suit?
I did not, but the judge already knew who I was, and it was actually me, the judge,
So
and,
you
and
walked in like this.
no, I sat down and I didn't even have to say anything. He's like, "Tim, you can come up here." And he's like, "Thanks for not wearing the suit today." I was like,
That's awesome.
he's like, "So how do you want to plead?" I was like, "Dude, I was guilty. Like I hit a park bus reaching for my phone, like distracted
Yeah, you
driving."
know.
He's
It's
like,
better.
"Well,
I told you, I've hit a moving bus once, so
Yeah.
we all have our issues.
exactly. I mean, but the moving bus, at least it's harder to hit a moving target.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that. And say
Like
you're worse
Paperboy,
than me.
it's easier if
I'm
you
running
stop
with
your
it.
bike
I'm
and
running
throw rather than drive. Yeah,
I
you're.
love it.
Yeah.
Here's another issue that I take with the parking situation because you all are younger and you still like to go out and have a good time. Let's say you went to Loaded Joe's and you wanted to have a drink or two. Everybody's different. I can't even have 8 ounces, like 8 ounces. Can you imagine 8 ounces? 1 ounce.
That's a shot. That's why I don't drink anymore.
That's a Vale Valley shot right
That's
there.
why I don't drink
Being
anymore.
dragged around by the taxi on the outside tonight. No, like 1 ounce of alcohol affects me. Like 3 might affect somebody who drinks more or weighs more.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
So-
currently, I think it's policy that you can leave your car overnight in those lots.
Wait, so there is
I don't know. I don't want to say there's a law, but like they allow it, and like they don't necessarily tow your car.
and
Like,
how do
wrong-
they know if you're somebody that was trying to be responsible or you just want to take advantage of the
but
parking?
I don't know what that means now that the parking situation is what it is
Yeah.
because
I mean, I've left my car there multiple times.
It's
Yeah.
$164 overnight if you don't register your vehicle.
What?
That is an expensive night out.
Wow.
I mean, it's still cheaper than a DUI or killing someone.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
But
But
you
the
know, like the
point
town
is
of
that why
Vale
should you
does,
be
you can go in the
punished?
next day and say, "Hey, I was drunk. I really want to drive," and they're like, "Cool, you don't have to pay your overnight because you were being
Yeah,
responsible."
why would you be
Exactly.
punished for being responsible and trying to take care of
Because it's all
yourself
about
and others?
greed.
Yeah.
So
well, and I think that's gonna make people make bad decisions. Like they're
Yep,
not
I agree.
gonna leave their car there. They're gonna drive home. They're gonna
That's
be on
my
the road
point.
more. So I think that's
or just put a piece of cardboard over your license plates when you drive in and when you're still parked and when you leave, and then
Or just wear a bag
Hypothetically,
over your
of
head.
course.
I think we should all have chicken suits. And
no, don't get me thrown under the bus. Doug already.
You're done.
Yeah.
Whenever we go out, we all wear chicken suits,
my God.
beak and everything. So not only will you never be in trouble again, because there'll be like thousands of chickens running around enjoying sushi and tacos and drinks. Oh my, it would be so much fun.
That would
like
be fun.
anonymous. Is that what
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
Great.
You can't drive with a bag over your head because you still got to be able to see.
Started like a cult.
There's one rule of thumb in this.
You're halfway there. my
I'm not
friend.
trying to start a cult. I swear to God.
A chicken cult.
The flock of cocks.
I love that. now I
so
feel like there
good.
should be one.
Yeah.
No, we need a club. We need a club. In the club is the chicken club.
Yeah. So.
Chicken club. Now I'm hungry for a chicken club sandwich. So we are really intrigued by everything that's going on, and we hope that you will keep us updated on the procedure and the process and what the outcome is going to be, because I know that a lot of people don't even know that they have to register your car. So if we can get any point across to you guys out there, register your car when you're parking in most of the places in Avon. Just look around, and you might not see it right away. That will save you all some money. And then hopefully we can get some kind of closure on this and maybe some kind of equal footing, for lack of a better word, because we'll be on our feet. No more cars.
And also contact the Attorney General. Say the website again.
Oh, yeah, say that again.
StopFraudColorado.gov.
Yeah, everyone go out and do that.
StopFraudColorado.gov.
Yeah.
StopFraudColorado.gov. Stop. Fraud. All right, I'm going to make a jingle. All right, so we have some minutes left. We wanted you to touch on something else that was important. Jen, what were we talking about earlier that you were reading?
Our hot box topic tonight is about CDOTs.
Oh, yeah. What's going on with CDOT?
So earlier this year, there was a bill that went into effect that basically allows administrative CDOT property and state-owned property to be transferred over to communities like municipalities, town of Avon, for example, with this one, to be used for workforce housing, which sounds amazingly awesome. The problem with what's going on with this particular project is that where the project is located is the CDOT trailer park and the plow maintenance area over there in Eaglevale, like right across from Native Roots.
Is that residential?
It is residential.
Okay.
Oh, well, it's mixed use because they've got, I think it's three big hangars, snowplow hangars.
Yeah.
That works.
Okay.
You know, garages, I guess, but they're big, so it should be a hangar. So, anyways, what's going to affect? I believe it's called the Avondale or Avondale. It's a silly name.
Avondale.
And it's basically further east from the recycling center, Home Depot, Walmart area, and it'll cross over the Eagle River. They'll have a bridge so that way it connects the two, since there's not any of Avon that goes to there yet. So
we haven't filled up enough
Right.
property yet
Exactly.
with buildings. We really need to just
and
get
I want to say
property
it's something
filled.
like 124 units or 128 units.
Gosh.
Now that, I mean, in theory, this sounds amazing. 128
for the
workforce
employees,
units.
yes.
But that's the kicker. So they're not selling any of these units. Town of Avon's controlling all the units. The first, I think Mayor Amy at the last EVTA meeting said 4 or 5 years that the EVTA would be able to lease, I think, 56 units for bus drivers, maintenance workers, and stuff. But after that time, the town will need it all. So it's not workforce housing, it's Town of Avon housing. But the big kicker is that all those trailers that are there, those people own those trailers. And those
They're
are
gonna be displaced?
those are our plow drivers, those are the maintenance people, the
Oh my
supervisors, a couple super troopers work there, or state troopers, sorry.
Super troopers.
It's a great movie, you know, work there or live there as well. And they all own those places. So
how can they just tear them? How do they just do
well,
that?
originally, when they were first bringing this up to their attention, they were told they were going to get fair market value for their trailers and then get relocated. Some of them would get units here and get relocated to other CDOT
I've seen
areas.
movies like this.
It doesn't work.
No.
So about a month and a half ago, they had a meeting with one of the guys from CDOT, and they were all told that they have until September 1st to get their trailers moved.
Oh, man.
CDOT will help get them roadworthy, which means just putting tires on them. That's it. But they will not help with relocating costs at all.
Or property, land, anything.
Well, the land is actually CDOT's land. They do pay rent on the land, but I mean, they're paying
so
like
they have to find new place to
$80
Park
a
their
month
trailer.
for a lot fee.
Yeah.
The problem is there's not anywhere within 100 miles of here that has available spots to put a trailer. So these people are all going to have to relocate even further than 100 miles away. They're not going to be in the valley anymore working.
Yeah.
And that's ridiculous. I mean, these are the people that when it gets crazy out there, they make sure that we can get all of our tourists and all that money into town.
Oh my God.
And make sure the pass is open and we can go to Denver if we want to fly out.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big caveat to this.
The
whole
other kicker about it is that CDOT's solution, since they're not going to have all these employees that live in the valley, is they're going to have rotating shifts from around Colorado, Pueblo, further out east, further north, like northeast, that'll rotate in, and they'll have a day of travel, 4 hours of travel on each end, and then they'll do 5 12-hour shifts in a row. So by the fifth day,
doing the pass with
doing
then
the
they
pass
drive
with
home and be like,
ginormous,
"Ugh."
huge snowplows.
and
Oh my
haven't
God.
done it yet because all of our local guys are doing it, and they do a
Exactly.
great job. So
Exactly, and they do a great job. So unfortunately, I couldn't read my statement at the town council meeting tonight because I was coming here. So RJ, who's one of the town council members, I sent him it, and he
good.
actually did read it.
Oh, good. So we'll find out what the outcome of that is.
We will, because I know one of the people watching on Zoom texted me that Tamara Underwood and Ruthie both said that they would take that and the parking situation and put it on the agenda for the next meeting.
Wow.
Oh, good.
So in 2 weeks, maybe we'll do another meeting.
Yeah.
We can hit that up. So we'll see what
Okay.
happens.
And as a man of the aviary community,
Yes.
I think that you should help push. There's something going on. I'm going to get more details for everybody, but in Walcott, there's a big petition that people are trying to stop some work going on there because they are going to destroy the eagles' nests if they
Really?
go into this.
I have not heard this.
I have
know
none
it's
either.
new. I actually, if it wasn't unprofessional of me, I would jump up and go get my phone. All right, you guys talk. Hold on.
Yeah, sure.
Well, we appreciate you bringing all this to our attention. This is awesome. We need more people like you paying attention, actually, in this valley, because I find there is a lack of it. But
Yes.
thanks for bringing it to our attention
Not a problem.
and
Definitely.
Okay.
giving us some good solutions, actually.
Yeah.
I thought that's pretty
Absolutely.
good.
Yeah, so this is what it is, and we're just going to throw this in towards the end. It's a planned unit development in Walcott, and it's going to, if they go through, the nesting bald eagles will no longer have a place to live.
Aren't bald eagles still endangered?
Yeah, well, they've refurbished.
I don't think that's called refurbishing.
They've
Try to-
rejuvenated. They've
Rehabilitated?
they made more babies. So, anyways, if you want to change.org, okay? My friend Mary sent me this today, and this is why it matters really fast. In Eagle County, that there's been bald eagles that they literally produce 2 to 3 new BB eagles annually. So you were once extinct, if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
We're on the list of extinction.
Yeah.
So I'll post this on the chat box page. And Chicken Man, you got to get your aviary friends out there and get everybody protective of the
Well, I
bald
might not go
eagles.
down to Walcott in particular just because
I think
no
you
one
need to
drives
try
around
it.
there. But maybe like Eagle County Commissioners
Yeah.
meeting would be a good
There
thing.
you go.
So-
See, we're going to get on that too because it's part of our community and we want to keep our bald eagles safe.
Exactly.
Now, okay, really quick,
Yes.
switch hats. We have something important that we'd like to close with. Very important. Everybody here is struggling with something. We all know that. We are all aware of that, and we all care super hard.
Yeah.
So let us know what's going on with that hat you're wearing.
So these hats are available at Ski Town All Stars over in Eagleville. They're $30. $10 of that goes to Speak Up Reach Out, which is Eagle County's nonprofit for suicide awareness and prevention. It's a good cause. They're not the traditional, Trumpy hats, as some people like to say them.
Oh, did I just throw
I know, but it makes them look. So, it goes for a good cause. And I mean, honestly, in the Valley, it's one of the biggest things, if not the biggest thing, is the mental health crisis.
Oh, yeah, we're aware of that. We
Yeah.
are the mental health crisis.
we definitely are, because we want to actually try to make this
Sitting
place
here.
different, and make it better for us.
That's
and
what we're all, that's our
people
goal.
are like, oh, I've lived here 30 years and nothing's going to change. And it's like, dude, why the fuck not? Like,
No,
have you
it
tried to
can
change
change.
it? You got to try.
When you have enough people that
Yeah.
care, we have enough that we can make a change.
Exactly.
And you know what? We love you, Chicken Man. I hope you get booted from everywhere with your voice, your beat, and everything else. You do such a great job.
Thank you.
Wait,
And we'll-
Can we just have you read what's on your hat because it's
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
For sure. So it says suicidal thoughts. You're not alone. Please call 988. Which 988 went active this year. It's a 24/7 national suicide line, basically 911 if you're going through a mental health
They don't
crisis.
put you on hold, do they?
Are you taking a picture?
Yeah.
Okay. you know there's a camera. So anyways, they connect you with counselors, trained counselors, not police officers, not dispatch. That way, and I know from personal experience, because I did before I did one of my first signs about it, I called them and I told them my exact location in Sunridge, and I told them I had a gun and was suicidal. And
Oh my gosh.
30 minutes later, still no police. And that's when I told them, hey, listen, and I explained what I was doing and stuff like that. And they were extremely informative about a lot of stuff. But no, they will not call the police.
Wow.
And that's the biggest thing. We've had some big things, Christopher Glass, in Colorado, other states where people through in a mental health crisis call 911 trying to get help and end
Yeah.
up dying.
yeah.
Oh my
And
gosh.
that's not cool, So
No, it's not cool. And that's why we're happy that you wear many hats in the Valley and you are always bringing awareness to everything that's important. I think to wrap up, I would like to see what your views of what we discussed today are, Jen, and then yours be.
No, I think it's more a state of gratitude that, you know, we have somebody like you out there that are holding the signs and making us aware of what's going on and fighting for us. Because, like, you know, like you said, people are like, what do we do? I've been here 30 years. What am I supposed to do? And it's like, have you tried? You are out there trying. And I think we all owe a gratitude, you know, to you for that.
I love that
Yeah.
you said that. That was so good.
Yeah, just going off of tonight, I'm appreciative that someone is actually finally fighting the greed in this valley a little bit. So someone to throw a hat behind and to be like, yes, these are the opinions of the working people of this valley, and I'm glad that you're giving all of us a voice and giving us a little bit of hope. And I heard a good saying the other day that apathy only helps the status quo. So
Absolutely. No, you're so right.
the fact that there is some optimism here, that is rebellion, and that is what this valley needs if anything's going to change. So I appreciate that.
I love that. We got to keep rebelling to make change. Rebel, 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 rebel. Chicken Man, we love you so much. Thank you for being part of the chat box.
For sure.
B, Jen, Liz, and Tim, a.k.a. Chicken Man. We send love and light to everybody, and we'll continue to bring all the greatest people right here in our community your way. Yippee!